Welcome to another episode of Roll Up a Poet. So you get your blunts rolled and your drink poured. Alright? Now look, so for this one, this gonna be about what a 100K look like. You know what I'm saying? What it takes to make 100K a year. You know what I'm saying? Alright? So look, as we all know, it's a lot of women all over the internet saying that if a man want them, he got to be making at least 100K a year, right? You know. So I decided that I'm gonna go ahead and make this video about breaking down what 100K is and what it takes to make 100K. All right. Now, let's get this started. So, where I'm coming at with this, I can speak on this because I didn't see 100K easy. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't spend 100K in 1 year. You know what I'm saying? Just on cars. You feel me? And I didn't spoke on it. So I can speak on this situation. You know what I'm saying? So look, when I was about 10 years old, my daddy told me there's two things in life that I need to know. And I said, what's that? And he said, you need to know how to read your checks and count your money. You need to know how to read and count. It was like everything else is pretty much common sense. That shit always stuck with me. You know what I'm saying? This is why it's important to have a father in your life. Because sometimes they hit your ass with a cold line like that and it'll stick. You know what I'm saying? That shit was 25 years ago, 26 years ago. You know what I'm saying? And I still remember that. So that was an important line that he hit me with, you know. So by the time I turned 12 years old, I started working with my uncle. You know what I'm saying? I've been working since I was 12 years old. You know, so I've been getting money since I was young. You know what I'm saying? And immediately after working with my uncle, we was basically cleaning out houses that got foreclosed, you know, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So we'd go in there and clean out them houses and get them prepped up and ready for the new tenants to move in. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we was doing. I started off doing that at 12 years old. You know what I'm saying? Moving couches out of houses, beds, all type of shit. You know what I'm saying? He was giving me $50 a day at 12 years old. You know what I'm saying? So I've been getting to the money. Like, this ain't nothing new. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not on here just to talk some bullshit. I'm on here to break it down how I see it. You know what I'm saying? And let's see if it makes sense to you. But anyway, immediately after, you know, I started working with my uncle. I worked with him from the time I was 12 till I was 18, you know, so I did that with him. And I also picked up a little side hustle on these right here. So I've been doing it since I was 12 years old, literally, you know. And I didn't see 100K with them alone, you know. So just on the shooting dice, I didn't see 100K, you know. And let me go ahead break down this 100K. I just had to give y'all that, so y'all don't think I'm just making up a video just for some views or nothing. Like, nah, I done been there, done that. You know what I'm saying? So I know how this go. So all right, here we go. You know, 100K a year. I looked at it like this. I said, well, let's just say if that's 10,000 a month, a man making 10K a month, that's 120,000. We not talking about 120,000. We just talking about 100,000. So we know it ain't 10K a month. So I brought it down a little bit more. I said, how about 8K a month? So you do 12 times 8. What you come up with? 96,000. It's not 100K. So I had to take it up a little further. So I went to 8,400. 8,400 a month times 12 is $100,800. So it take 8,400 a month to make 100,000 a year. Okay, well, you got 8,400 a month. That's what you gotta make a month to make 100,000 a year. Let's break that down by the week. So how much would it take a week to make 8,400 a month? Well, it's 4 weeks in a month, so you break that down in quarters. So what you need to make a week to make 8,000 a month? $2,000 a week. You make $2,000 a week, that's $8,000. Well, it's still short of $400 because it take 8,400 a month to make 100,000. So where that other 400 come from? Meaning you have to make $2,100 a week. Instead of $2,000 a week, you have to make $2,100 a week to make $8,400 a month, right? Okay, so now you know you got to make $2,100 a week. How much do you got to make a day? Well, you got two options. You could hustle 7 days a week or 5 days a week. If you hustle it 7 days a week, it's $300 a day. If you hustle it 5 days a week, it's $420 a day. So either or. If you only want to work 5 days a week, you have to make $420 a day to make $100,000 a month, $100,000 a year. Sorry, right? Or if you go on a 7-day grind, mind you, there's no days off, no trips, no vacations, none of that. Straight grind. If you want to do it for 5 days a week, it's $420. If you want to do it for a whole 7 days a week, every day, 365, it's $300 a day. Now, here's my question. And I got a question to everybody, to the fellas and the ladies. To the fellas. Is this reasonable? You know, is this something doable? You know, to the ladies, is this fair? Y'all let me know what y'all think. It's been another episode of Roll Up a Pour Up. So get your blunts rolled and your drink poured.